Supreme Court ruled just this week that you can't have people voting in the state of Virginia that are here in this country illegally. So if you're not a citizen, you can't vote. I mean, I don't consider that earth-shattering. Do you? I mean, I consider that actually common sense. It seems kind of normal. But look at the headlines. Supreme Court allows Virginia to purge voter rolls ahead of the election. Oh my God, they're purging the voter rolls. That's the exact interpretation you see and saw everywhere as this news came out. How dare they do this? Well, over on CNN, kind of a similar thing. There's a lot of hysteria. Oh my gosh, they're purging the vote. I mean, they're purging them of people who are not here legally. I don't see how that is controversial in any way, shape, or form. Since when did coming here illegally entitle you to a chance to vote as a U.S. citizen? You can't.
Breaking news now. The Supreme Court is allowing Virginia to purge suspected non-citizen voter registrations. This is a big decision from the Supreme Court. Just came in moments ago. I want to go straight to CNN's Paula Reed. Paula, what can you tell us?
Jim, this is incredibly significant because this is one of the court's first significant decisions ahead of next week's election. Here, they are allowing the state of Virginia to continue with a program that will purge suspected non-citizens from its voter registration rolls. Now, this is a bit of a surprise because the trial court and the appellate court sided with the Biden administration that objected to this purge, saying that the state cannot, under federal law, remove large groups of people from the voter rolls within 90 days of an election, though there is nothing stopping them from investigating individual voters and removing them from the voter rolls. Now, former President Trump has seized on this issue in Virginia, as have other Republicans, as a way that they should be able to remove suspected non-citizens, calling it sort of a common sense move. And here, a divided court.
It is absolutely a common sense move. I mean, duh, you're not. And it's this kind of agitation and this kind of gaslighting that I actually think is going to put us on the verge of some kind of civil war. I mean, not with generals and stuff. I have to be careful about how I phrase this and how I say it. But you're going to start to see this incredible divide. I mean, who the heck wants to do business in the state of New York? You got Letitia James coming after you every chance she can get. And she's backed by something. I mean, the Court of Appeals, again, is going to throw her case out. I predict that. I stand by that. I don't think she has a leg to stand on. But given where they're going with this, Glenn Youngkin, he's the governor of Virginia, and he's like, well, hell yeah. I mean, common sense says you shouldn't have non-citizens voting in an election. They really shouldn't be on the voter rolls.
Your reaction to this Supreme Court decision?
Well, Brett, it's a big win for common sense and for the Constitution. I'm, of course, very pleased with the Supreme Court's ruling, and it affirms the fact that the process we're going through, in fact, isn't a purge. This is a process that we've been using for 18 years. When someone walks into a DMV, they identify themselves as a non-citizen. They have ended up on our voting rolls, either by happenstance or by purpose. We go through a very clear process. You get a notice, you get 14 days to affirm you're a citizen, and if you don't, you come off the voter rolls. And of course, in Virginia, we have the ultimate fail-safe that you can same-day register and cast a provisional ballot. So everyone who is a U.S. citizen in Virginia can vote, and I encourage everybody, go vote. But this is a win for common sense and a win for the Constitution today.
You've heard.
So I just don't get why people would be opposing this. I mean, unless they're up to no good. And that gets us back to what on earth are they planning? What do they have up their sleeve? They got to close down the fancy private schools in New York City because the kids will need a mental health day? Are we going to start closing down the economy because the wrong person wins? This is what's alarming to me. And then you consider how rabid some are in this moment in time.
Given that the conservative court majority is likely to be around for a while, do Democrats need to look more seriously at court expansion?
Look, the bottom line is our first step is to have the vote that we're going to have next week. And the bottom line is that we're going to look to these elections in November, and I think it's going to, the American people are going to speak loudly and clearly that we need some change.
You know, I point that out. That is from 2022, but he was looking forward to the elections in November because we need some change. Because what, they want to pack the courts, as Kamala, I just showed you, indicated. She was asked point blank, and she said, absolutely, we need to be taking a look at this.